This is Joe, and I am going to go through a little bit of stretching and exercising, and I call this back exercises for old guys. And first, let me say that I'm not a doctor. I have not had the common sense educated out of me yet, and that this exercise stretching thing is something that has worked extremely well for me and my specific issue, whatever that might be. I do think it's worth spending 30 minutes a week to end the complaining about your back going out from time to time, or your back being sore, or shooting pain down your legs, or whatever problem you might have as an old guy with a back problem. Another thing that can be helpful is obviously diet. And if you change anything in your diet, just change one thing at a time and see what works. What has worked recently for me has been the elimination of dairy products for the most part from my diet. That was just one experiment I did. Ice cream, milk, that kind of thing. Stopped eating very much of that in an otherwise extremely poor diet. I lost 10 pounds and kept it off for 2 or 3 months with one simple change. You experiment and try things one at a time to see what works for you on the diet end. A lot of us have back issues that are old guys. My particular one was my back would go out from time to time, where I had to almost roll out of bed in the morning. And for a week at a time, every few months, I would have to almost have a cane to walk. Had severe pain running down my one of my legs, and I couldn't lift anything, couldn't turn, hard to sleep. And then it would just go away as suddenly as it appeared for months at a time. I did notice that with the right movement and stretching, my back would pop. There'd be a physical pop you could hear. And that indicated to me that there's movement, and the nerves going up and down your spine are affected by that movement, evidently. So what I did was try to isolate what part of my back it was, and attempted to cure that movement from happening. And I did that by trying to strengthen the muscles around my core and to stretch head to toe so there wouldn't be tension on my back when it did spasm and my muscles would all get tight. So I tried to eliminate that by the stretching. So having said that, I'll show you the things that I do 2 times a week. Takes about 15 minutes maximum. And we'll start with the stretching part. Okay, start like this. You don't want to bounce and try to stretch too far, but slowly and breathe. Try to touch your toes with each hand. And then work this and feel that stretch. Do that as many times as necessary. Even put one leg back and do this. And try to hold that and breathe for 4 or 5 seconds each. And that's my stretching. And then I also will put my hands up and do this and try to get relaxed as possible. And I just felt my back pop. If you can relax while you're doing this, it's much better. And then do the same here. And stretch it as far as you can comfortably, but you've got to be able to relax doing this. Okay, as far as the exercising goes, I try to do about 10 of these, but you start with 5, whatever you can do. But out, up, don't touch the floor, like that. Okay. The second thing, and probably most impactful is this one. You got your outside leg supporting everything, see? And then support yourself straight, do that, and try to do 5 of those at least. I try to do 10. And then turn. Outside leg straight and supporting your weight. And don't let this foot hit the ground. Then I'll do a little bit of this. Then I'll do this. Couple stretch as far as you can out, as long as you can get. Do something like that. You can feel it right here. And then you do the push-ups. You know, push-ups can be done however you want, but what I like to try to do is make the diamond and do this. Now you can do, you know, the traditional push-ups, but I found the diamond helps this area and the chicks dig that. Next thing you want to do is do some sit-ups, which I do like this, but it's important to get both sides. So I'll do 10 like this, touch the ground, touch this knee, opposite knee, like that. Try to do 10 of those if you can. Like that. And then do 10 the traditional way. Okay. Now that gets this, and that. Tightening up the core to keep your back from moving, your spine from moving. And then finally, I'll do this. 2 push-ups. Jump up, calves, and then a squat on one leg. 2 of those. Same thing. Jump up, calves, then squat with one leg. That'll do it. You do that. It takes just a little bit of discipline. That's about 15 minutes, 2 times a week. I do Tuesdays and Thursdays. That'll help your nerves and your core. And give it a try for 8 weeks. See what happens.